Okay, here we go. So this is my first ride with the Calimoto app. So I've downloaded the app to my Android phone, which is a Samsung S22 Ultra. Download without a problem, and it literally just created a login. Obviously you have to pay for this app, so it's not cheap. I mean, I think the introductory offer was £39 for the year, which, considering how much you spend on everything else when it comes to riding or scootering, is a fairly small price to pay. That's annual. And from what I can make out, I mean, I haven't really gone into any huge detail with the Calimoto app. From what I can make out, it lets you plan routes. Basically, that's the top and bottom of it. So all I did was I said I wanted to, on the phone app, I wanted a round trip route from my house in Bristol back to my house in Bristol. I didn't actually specify the distance. I think it may have defaulted to 50 miles or something. I didn't do anything. I just said windy route from my house back to my house, and it came up with a 53-mile round trip. Dead easy. And then you could, and then if you open the PC application, everything you do on the phone application syncs up, as far as I can see, with the PC application. So when I opened the PC application, the route it had generated on my phone was immediately accessible on the PC application. I did notice on the PC application some of the functions on the Android application are not available on the PC application. For example, the sort of round trip route planning and all that sort of stuff don't seem to be available on the PC application. But that's not really a big deal. You can still do route planning. You can still tell it to pick windy routes or straight routes. I say I'll do a more detailed review later, because I literally set it up in 5 minutes and got on the bike. Now, the only other thing I do here is, hang on, let me just get past this double roundabout, so I'd rather not get killed at the end of the first road. That would be a bit of a disaster. It's a nasty roundabout, this, as I nearly got killed then. Right, okay, no worries, all good, still sucking air. Right, what was I on about? Oh yeah, gonna go traffic Friday night. See, they need scooters. That's what they need. They need get scooters. Anyway, I digress. So I use the Beeline satellite navigation system. Beeline. It's absolutely brilliant. So you've got like a little round pucky thing about a couple of inches across that sits on the bike, and then I usually plan my routes using Beeline. It's a really good app on the phone. In fact, it's one of the few apps that I've found on a phone which actually enables you to plot a route and really easily. Just drop arrows down, plots the route, allows you to turn off all the auto navigation, auto rerouting, all that sort of stuff. Anyway, I won't go into the Beeline app because suffice to say, it's really good. So, but it doesn't sort of. I think the Calimoto app, by the look of it, is better at sort of plotting interesting routes, like windy routes and interesting country lane routes. And if you go onto the Beeline web page, it does actually say, there's a page on how the Beeline app or the Beeline satellite navigation system supports Calimoto, because Beeline acknowledge the fact that there are other applications out there, such as Calimoto, that are really good at plotting interesting routes. So yeah, so it's dead easy. All you do is you basically go into the Calimoto app, like I did, create yourself a nice, interesting round trip route, which is dead easy, like I just said, and then you export it as a GPX file, which is dead easy. So it exports it to your phone, wherever you want. So I created a folder called Calimoto GPX, and then exported my ride to that folder. And then you open the Beeline app. You say I want to create a new ride, and one of the options is import GPX. So you just import the GPX you just exported from the Calimoto, and off you go. It sounds complicated, but honestly, it takes seconds. It all just works. So I know you've got to go through this extra step of exporting a file and then importing it, but it's not a big deal. And then once you've got the GPX file imported into Beeline, you just play, right, off you go, start ride, and it pops up on the little satellite navigation tool, puck thing, display, graphical display, and yeah, stands up, off you go. So I've got absolutely really no idea where this thing's taking me. I did briefly look at the route that Calimoto came up with, and it looked quite windy, and it looked circular, and it takes me out to places like Tor Martin and places like that. I don't know where the hell it's taking me. I was going out of Pucklechurch at the moment. I'm going out of Pucklechurch. Not many people get out of there alive, I can tell you. Right, hang on a minute. Sorry, just bear with me, because I'm trying to ride and not get killed, because that wouldn't be good, would it? I'm hoping that there's not too much engine noise. This bike is very, very noisy. For a scooter, I know you bikers are out there laughing, he's on a scooter, what's he talking about? But it is, and a lot of people have told me it is. It's an aftermarket exhaust, and it's a little bit throaty. Just to piss the neighbours off. Anyway, so here we go. So I don't know where we're going. No bloody idea, to be honest. But the reason I have a satellite navigation system, hang on a minute, it's going to get a bit noisy. I can tell that I think I'm going to get quite a lot of wind noise along here. So I've got to go left in a minute, and then it'll be a nice quiet. Oh no, I won't. So the reason I use a satellite navigation system is, quite frankly, I get lost going to the bathroom. If it wasn't for the fact that I've been there quite a lot of times before, I probably would never find my own bathroom. I'm shit. I can't find anything. I'm really bad. I don't know what it is. It's one of the things that really annoys me about being, well, me, is that I've got no sense of direction, and I've got no memory for routes. Well, no memory at all, really. But especially no memory for routes that I've been on, which is a bit of a shame. Some people just, for example, my late father, he could literally drive somewhere, and then 20 years later, even if they changed the road layout, he could find the same place again. I drive a ride somewhere, and then 2 days later, I have the faintest idea where I've gone. Even if I've been there multiple times, I still can't remember how to get there. It's really weird. It's just I suppose where your brain works. So anyway, the upshot is I kind of do rely on sat nav, unless it's something really simple. It'll have to be bloody simple as well. Hang on a minute, I'm going to go around here with that. It's a lot of traffic because it's Friday night. I don't want to get killed. Right. So that's why I bought the Beeline. I mean, the Beeline application that runs on your phone is, you don't pay for if you don't want the audible, the spoken directions. There's a couple of little add-on extras. I think I pay about like £3 a month or something like that. It's like, not even a pint of beer. People moan about these things, you've got to pay £3, it's a subscription. It's a pint of beer and not even a packet of crisps nowadays. I mean, just pay it. Stop moaning. You've just spent thousands of pounds on a bike, probably £300 or £400 on a jacket, Christ knows how much on a helmet and all the other stuff, and you're bitching about £3 a month for an app to allow you to use all this stuff. Doesn't make sense to me, Anyway, off my soapbox. So here we go. So it's taken us out to Church. Well, we've just been to Church actually. See, don't even know where I am now, and I've got the sat nav up it. Right, where are we on now? I do like the little satellite navigation puck that comes with the Beeline app, because it's extreme. It's right, sat right in front of me. It's on like I fitted an aftermarket bar to support it on the scooter, because the trouble with the scooters, there's not an awful lot of places to put things. You don't have handlebars as such. I doubt you can hear me along here. There's so much wind noise. I can barely hear me. So I imagine all you can hear is wind noise at the moment. Not too sure this is going to work very well on this road. I'll shut up a minute. Like my scooter, it's such fun. Well, I've never ridden a motorbike, so I wouldn't know, but it's a lot of fun. It's just so easy to ride. No gears, no cracking about. It's fast. Well, fast enough for me anyway. It accelerates really nicely. This is the GTS 300. Vespa GTS 300 HPE Super, I think. 2020, registered 2020, in bright canary yellow, because I can. Right, here we go. Where are we going now? We're going straight over here. There we go. Again, trying not to get killed. Still a bit nervous about. I mean, I've only been riding a year. Basically, I hadn't ridden anything, no powered bike of any description until just over a year ago, when I decided to buy a scooter. And this is my second scooter, so a bit noisy going down here. I bought a Vespa 125. An ET4 1996 R-Reg, I think. Just riding around on a CBT, you know, the compulsory basic training in the UK, and it was so much fun that I wanted to sort of go further afield, you know, like, you know, down to my caravan in Devon, and you know, just a bit further. And it wasn't the distance. I mean, it was the fact that, you know, the 125 was pretty much limited up to about 50-55 miles an hour, really. And maybe go a little bit faster, but you'd have to absolutely cane it. And you know, it's nearly 30 years old, and I didn't really want to ride long distances and absolutely cane it. So I decided I would. I'd go up market a bit, well, up market, but I'd get a bigger bike. But so, having done quite a lot of research, I decided on the GTS 300, because you know, it'll cruise at 60, 65, you know, no problem, with still quite a bit of headroom. And it's got ABS, and it's got sort of some type of traction control they call ASR. Not sure, I don't know what that stands for. Automatic slip reduction, or I don't know, whatever it stands for. I don't know what it stands for. Can't remember. I think I went the right way. Probably gone the wrong way. No, oh good, there is a God. I actually went the right way. I think we're heading out to Yate now. By my reckoning. I've only been down this road 10 times and I still don't know where the bloody hell I'm going. I know the road surface is shit. I've got to take it a little bit steady because it's not a great road surface on this road. There we go. Yeah, the biggest problem I've got is trying to reduce wind noise when I'm doing these recordings. I'm hoping this is not going to be too bad, but what with the bloody exhaust? Oh shit! What with the exhaust and the see what I mean about getting killed? I shouldn't say that, should I? Just shut up. I don't want to mention that again. It's bad karma. Yeah. It's a lovely ride. I say I haven't ridden anything else, so I don't really have much at any point of reference. But it's very comfortable with a Vespa. You know, the seat's nice, and I like the sitting position. You're sort of sitting rather than straddling it. Obviously, you haven't got to worry about anything like gears or anything like that. It's all twist and go, and it does go. I must admit. I have a friend that's got a normal motorbike, you know, he's got a Royal Enfield Meteor, and he reckons this is quicker. I mean, I know the Meteor is not designed to be quick. I guess I don't know, it must be just power to weight ratio and maybe little wheels, I don't know what makes it quicker, but it's certainly nippy. Oh, I've got a shitload of traffic now. Oh, God. Why did it bring me to Yate? Shithole. Right, sorry, pardon my French. Apologies to anybody who might live here, but it is a dreadful place. Anyway, it's just a maze of roundabouts and interconnecting bits of dual carriageway that make no sense to man nor beast. Right, here we go. Cancel the indicator. Well, I'm going to shut up for a minute, turn this video off. Okay, I'm back again. Oh, the route is now taking me on a little B road. Again, I haven't the faintest idea which one, but you know, whatever. And which is quite pleasant, so I can go a bit slower and hopefully reduce the wind noise. I'm using a Insta360 X3 camera, which is excellent, I have to say, really excellent. Mounted on my front luggage rack. Now, I'm not actually using it in its 360 mode at the moment. I'm using it, we're using the forward-facing camera, 4K, 30 frames a second, and I've turned on what they call their action mode, or... Oh, alright fella, keep your knickers on. Turned on the action mode, which I haven't tried before, so I don't quite know what that means. It's supposed to be optimised for, well, action. And I guess riding a scooter is defined as action, I would imagine. So that's mounted on the front of the bike on the luggage rack, and the microphones I'm using they're really excellent actually. They're called the Movo, M-O-V-O, and the receiver is plugged into the little facility socket on the side of the Insta360 camera, and then the little transmitter is just clipped onto my helmet chin strap. It's got a like a dead cat on it to try and muffle the wind noise. I think, to be fair, I don't think it's the microphone's fault I'm getting quite a lot of wind noise. I have an open face helmet. It does have a visor, which I've got down, but it's open face, and the wind does tend to whip around the bottom of it. I think due to the fact, you know, if I had a closed face helmet, I could probably mount the microphone inside the helmet, and that would obviously reduce the wind noise significantly, but I haven't. So I do suffer a bit from wind noise, and that's something I'm working on trying to get rid of. So if anybody out there has got any brilliant ways of reducing the wind noise with an open face helmet, I'm all ears. Blokes at the pub having a drinky poo on a Friday night. That's a splendid idea, I might point out. There's any trouble with riding the bike. You can't stop and get tanked up. That is the only problem. You know, I mean, I'm I'm enough of a liability on this thing as it is, right? I have a load of Stella in me. Obviously I wouldn't advise that. Not only is it against the law, but it's not a good idea, is it? Let's face it. So yeah, so Insta360, Movo mics, helmet. Oh, what else did I say? Oh, it's going to probably be a bit wind noisy down here as well. Bridge. I'm going to slow down a bit because there's nobody behind me, so I'm not causing an obstruction. Jacket wise, this other kit I've got on here, I've got a Knox jacket. I forget the name of the actual particular jacket it is. It's quite expensive. Too much wind noise down here, I think. Right, back again. This is a bit quieter. Not have to go so fast, so it won't be so windy. It seems to have taken me on a little road out here in the direction of Thornbury. So, still, I'll say, not much of an idea where I'm going. But that's, I suppose, the fun of it, really. Yeah, what was I talking about? Oh, yeah, jacket. Yeah, so I've got this Knox jacket, which is, I can't remember what rating it is. I think it's AA rated. It's a summer jacket, so it's basically like it's got quite a lot of mesh in it. You've got shoulder impact protection, elbow impact protection, and it's all abrasion. I don't know what it would like if you actually came off on it, but let's not think about that, eh? But it's extremely comfortable, really comfortable, and you don't get cheeky little right hand then. The air just, I mean, you have, it's definitely for the summer. I mean, the air just flows through it, and it's really lovely and cool. It's just really nice to wear. I mean, you can almost, when you stop, like in the pub or something, if you're on a ride out with your mates, you don't really even feel like everybody else takes their jackets off because they're big and heavy and bulky and hot. And to be honest, I don't really feel the need to take it off. It's that comfy. I think I've probably got to go left here, I would imagine. Again, no flipping idea where I'm going. Well, it's pretty empty, there's nobody around. I think this is going to be really noisy again, so I'll stop the video. Back again. This is nice. Oh, I've not been on this road ever before, not in a car or on a bike. We're on the way out to what I think it was signposted Wootton Under Edge. So yeah, it's very, very pretty road. Nice and windy, as the Calimoto app said it would be, and it's certainly windy. Not a lot of traffic, which is nice, and quite low speed. I've got one car behind me, but he doesn't seem to be in a hurry. So what I usually do, I don't like riding with cars right up my ass, to be honest. I mean, I can go quicker, obviously, but that takes all the fun out of it. So if I've got somebody right up my backside, and I'm doing the speed limit, just a bit over, just over 40 miles an hour. So I'm probably doing about, yeah, so what I usually do if I've got somebody riding right behind me is I'll just pull over and wave them through, and I'd much rather ride with an open road than somebody right on me trying to get past every corner. That's how accidents happen. If there's somebody in behind me that's in a hell of a hurry, then just let them go, rather than them risking causing an accident. Certainly don't want to be involved in one of those. Really, this is nice. No idea where we are, but I think we're in Wootton Under Edge. I think we must be. I would guess. take it a little bit steady through here because it's pretty narrow and there's cars coming the other way. So you've got to have your wits about you. Right, the old app is taking me right here. On the 4058 to Tetbury. We are going in a bit of a wild route here. Let's get out on the road a minute. There we go. It's a lot of traffic. It's very narrow. Tabernacle Pitch. Tabernacle Road. There you are. Well, it's certainly taking me on a very picturesque route. Certainly not a route I would have chosen. Well, I say not a route I would have chosen this route if I, you know. And there's a million routes in there. I mean, you can almost an infinite number of possibilities. Well, not infinite, but you know what I mean. So sitting there, having an app which you just want to go for a quick ride. You know, you can't be bothered to sit for half an hour trying to work your route out. You don't want to do a route you've done before. Because that tends to be the habit I was. So we're heading on the 4058 to Tetbury now, apparently. So the trap you fall into, I find, especially if you've got an encyclopedic knowledge of routes and you know where you're going all the time. That's great. You know, you just ride and you know where you're going. But as I said, I'm like really crap at knowing where I'm going. I'm first to admit that. So if I want to go up for a quick ride, you know, like on an evening when the weather looks nice, I don't really want to sit in front of the computer trying to plot a route and then, you know, using Google Route Live View, whatever it's called, to map it out. This is very pretty. I just want to go, right, I want to do 30-40 miles and pick a route that I've never done before and just, you know, maybe I'll get lucky. I've got the sat nav. You know, even I can't go that wrong. And what I do like about the Beeline little hardware application, the little puck, is it gives you a little beep, just a little subtle beep when you're about, you know, just before you need to make a turn, and then another beep when you're right on the turn. So you don't really have to look at it. You can just forget it's there really, and it's very unobtrusive, so you don't really have to look at it. You just, you know, when it makes a little bleep, you know you're about to make a turn of some description. This is a very windy route. It wasn't messing about when it said windy. It's nice though. No traffic, nothing behind me, nothing in front of me either. Hope you can hear me over this stupidly loud exhaust. Do I care? No. I don't care. It is mental windy, this road. I've never been on this. Well, I might have done, I'd have probably just forgotten. I'm getting hungry, I know that much. It's nice though on going for a little ride. I mean, it's a bit of a stressful job. Stress is self-induced, isn't it? Most of the time. But it does clear the cobwebs out. You know, it's a Friday night. It's nice and warm, probably about 22, 23 degrees. No wind. It's not really stupidly sunny, but it's quite bright. It's not raining. A miracle in the UK, and I'm on a super nice road. It's good, actually, half decent road surface, which is again in the UK something of a miracle. Not riding on something that looks like Mars. Loose chippings, eh? I'll be the judge of that. Loose chippings. So my little app here says 1.6 miles, hang a right. No, I'm enjoying this. I have to say this again. This is my first ride using the Calimoto app. Totally in its automatic mode. Just went, I want to go for a ride, and it just did it. Exported from Calimoto, imported to Beeline using GPX. Very easy, and it's been faultless. Been a very enjoyable ride. Did exactly what it said it was going to do. So yeah, I think if it generates rides like this for me, and then it was definitely worth the subscription. And of course, you can, if you get a really nice ride, one that you really like, you know, you save them obviously. Slow down a bit so you can actually hear me. If you really like, you know, you can share them. You know, you can send. I think there's like a, what's the word? A blog or one of these chat roomy sort of things. I think where you can share rides with other people. I guess. So if you come up with a particularly nice ride, or somebody else has, you can just import it. You can take somebody else's ride, which is nice. This is very pretty. Wherever we are. Oh, there's a sign. There's all sort of hay fields around here. Yeah, so we're heading towards Tetbury on the 4135, I guess. I've never been down this road before. Right, I've got a turn. Oh, it's not a turn right, it's just a roundabout. So it's just oh, it is sort of straight on-ish. Yeah, okay, so it's, I don't know whether that person's going straight on, so that's good. Second guess them, do we? That would be so we're heading towards Tetbury. Wants me to go left here. It's getting more interesting by the moment. Absolutely no idea where we're going there. In the middle. I hope it does take me on a loop and not. Well, I know where Tetbury is. I was only there the other day, seeing my friend Steve Gears. So it won't be the end of the world if I ended up in Tetbury. I can find my way home from there even without sat nav, which for me is something of a small miracle. This is very pretty. It's beautiful around here. I just hope you can hear me over the wind noise. I've got a horrible feeling it's just going to be solid wind noise. There are wind noise muting functions in the Beeline, in the Insta360 application, but they kind of make you sound a bit weird. Whenever I turn those wind noise muting, Jesus, I'm supposed to be going left here. Right, okay, well I've got a bit wrong there, but hang on, we'll sort of figure it out. Christ. Yeah, that wasn't quite right. I wasn't supposed to go down there. Well, never mind. Whatever. Nothing to see. No harm done. Don't think that woman was very impressed. I was talking and I missed the bleep from the sat nav. I mean, with the Beeline app, if you've got, I do have a Bluetooth headset. So with the Beeline app, you can get all the beeps and the turn by turn directions in your headset, and it works really, really well. It's just that I find it. I mean, and I'm actually paying for that feature. Let's say only a few pounds a month, so it's not really worth worrying about. I just find it, I don't know, I mean, turn by turn directions are good, in your headset. I just find them a little bit distracting. You know, they sort of detract a little bit from the ride. You know, you've got somebody sort of shouting directions in your ear all the time. And to be honest, the little map that comes up on the Beeline puck is so clear and informative that you don't really need turn by turn directions being spoken to in your ear. Well, I don't find you do. Right down here. I think we got to go right here. I'll straighten my camera up a bit a minute, hang on. The wind's pushed it. Oh yeah, it's better. This is very nice. I would have never thought in a million years of coming down these little roads. You know, you just don't, I mean, the whole of the British landscape is crisscrossed with hundreds of little roads like this. Little B roads that, you know, without any road markings. There are hundreds of them. They're everywhere, especially across, you know, farmland like this. And it's kind of difficult when you look at the map to know which ones to choose. So it has done quite an excellent job at picking a nice ridey route. Interesting to see what the video footage turns out like with it in this what do we call it, action view or whatever it's called, off the Insta360. So I could have put it in the 360 mode. The only problem with that is, well, the problem is that, you know, it needs to be on a stick really. It either needs to be, the camera either needs to be on the top of your helmet or on a selfie stick, obviously, because to do the 360 mode, you really want, you know, to get the 360 footage, it really needs to be, you know, higher than you and higher than the bike. Otherwise, you know, after the 360 view is just you and the bike. So I decided to use it in the front-facing camera mode. Right, I've got to go right here. Okie doke. Right it is. Right it is. A bit wider. The road surface is a bit crap here. It's like tram lines. I'm going to have an awful lot of video footage, I know that much. I'm going to have to chop it down, as people are going to get bored silly. Whoa, it's like riding in the really deep ruts in the road, and my little wheels on my scooter is not liking it at all. Back again. Well, that was I didn't enjoy that bit of the road, to be honest, and it was nothing to do with the choice of road by the Calimoto app. It was just that whatever group of guys resurfaced that road were clearly complete morons, because that was one of the worst road surfaces. I mean, I suppose it matters too much in a car, but it was sort of just a scrape mark, like deep ruts scraped all the way along it for about 4 miles. So on, you know, I guess on a big bike, you know, with big wheels, you might not notice it, but on a scooter with relatively small wheels, it's like riding down tram lines. I think that's probably what the scooter fraternity refer to them as, tram lines. Quite unpleasant, to be honest. But then we've now taken a left-hand turn off the nasty road, and we're now again on a little B road, heading in the direction of Badminton, as in horse trials. This is much more civilised. It's a nice little B road. Yeah, I'm getting proper hungry now. I gave you that much. I was going to have something civilised, like a piece of fish for tea, but I've got a feeling I might just go get myself a curry. Oh no, I won't get a curry because I'm out tomorrow night for a curry with Kate. Hello, Kate. So I can't be having two curries. Well, I could have two curries in a row, I guess. But maybe I'll have a Chinese. Can't go wrong there, can you? It's supposed to be on one of my fasting days, but to hell with it. You only die once. According to popular misguided belief. Little Badminton. We've arrived in Little Badminton. Never been here before. Well, not that I'm aware of. Probably have, but can't remember. Straighten my camera up again a minute. It keeps twisting round in the wind. Vibration. Pretty, really lovely little houses. Sorry about the noise, guys. Quintessentially English little town, a little village even. No, it's not. It's not actually a turning. It's just a very sharp right-hand bend. Back on. Got no traffic in front, no traffic behind, so it's open speed limit. But I have no intention of doing anywhere near 50 or 60 miles an hour down this road. Tootling along, I'm doing about 35. Absolutely beautiful countryside. Hopefully that's evident on the camera footage. This whole route was supposed to be about 50 something miles. I didn't actually set the odometer, my trip odometer, before I left. I forgot, which is a bit annoying, because if I'd set my trip odometer on the well, I could get the look at this, isn't this really pretty? I mean I can get the Beeline app to tell me how far I've been on the ride, but to be honest, I don't really want to fiddle with the settings at the moment when I'm riding. It's things like that cause accidents. To be honest, I don't really care how far I've got, to be honest. I'm not all that interested. So it was 50 something miles, the loop. So I don't know I have no idea how many of those miles I've done. Oh, hang on, I've got to do a right hand. Oh, it's not a right, it's just a hard right, a tight right bend. After the working week, I now feel suitably reset, in need of some nice food and in need of a nice can of Thatcher's Haze cider, I wager. That will be my first thing. I get myself over the Chinese for chicken chow mein and a nice can of Thatcher's, and then I'm going to sit down and edit this video. Me sorted for the evening. Got a nice relaxing day tomorrow. It's Saturday. I'm out with my friend Kate tomorrow night for a curry, which I'm really looking forward to. So I haven't seen her in a while because I've been on a holiday. think on Sunday the plan is to go to the Bristol Harbourside Festival for a small chickpea curry, I think you'll find. Yeah, I think I might have to invest in a full-face helmet. I seem to have accidentally bought 3 helmets now. It gets a bit addictive buying helmets. Well, I bought, and all 3 of them have been open face, which is fine when you're toodling around town and popping around Bath, but I think I need to get something which reduces the wind noise. My mate Dave, he borrowed one of my open face helmets and he said he couldn't believe how noisy it was. So obviously he's used to riding with full face helmets, and he tried one of my open face ones and he said it was really, really noisy. So I suspect I'll have to buy myself a full face one. Hopefully it won't be as bad. To slow down a bit through here. Not sure what the speed limit is. It says 20 mile an hour limit actually. So it's very quintessentially English village, which I feel very guilty about riding through on my bike, making the noise it does. Right, we've got to do a cheeky little right here, and then a cheeky little left. So we're heading back home now. We're heading back towards Yate. Again, a very nice little road. Really nice light tonight. Very, very, very nice. I prefer it when it's like this. I'd rather ride in this than bright sunshine. It's nice and cool as well. It's probably about 20 degrees now, I guess. But with this Knox jacket, it's just so nice and cool. It's so, it lets the air get in all the right places. So I don't feel cold, but it's just really nice to ride in. The other advantage with this Knox jacket is because it is quite tight fitting, but it allows you to wear any other jacket just over the top of it. So you don't. If you just pick up some jacket from a second-hand shop or like off a Vinted or something, you can just pop any old jacket. Just maybe go one size bigger than normal. So if you're a large, go XL, or a medium, go large. Get a cheap jacket and you just sling it over the top, so you feel nice, looks cool, and you've still got all your protection. Certainly brought us down a little windy road this time, which it's not kidding when it says windy roads. Oh, you missed the windiest bit coming down there. That was really narrow and windy. Good fun though. Such a contrast. It's like it. I don't know how the app seems to. Obviously it can't take you on every single road windy. I mean, obviously that just doesn't work. Roads aren't built that way. But it does seem to be able to take you from nice, open, fast, cruisy roads, you know, where you're doing like 40, 50, all of a sudden it just takes you off into some little back lane, which is, you know, as windy as you like. And then, I mean, like this road here, there's a little B road. God only knows where we're going again. But at this time of night, it's just gone 7 o'clock in the evening. Get the odd car, but generally it's on my side of the road anyway. I've not seen, nobody's overtaken. Oh, saying that, somebody's just pulled out in front of me. Typical, isn't it? Just say that you never see any cars. He's obviously just come out of his house up there. But generally it's very, very quiet. And I have to say, I think this is one of the most enjoyable rides I've been on the scooter. So if this is the sort of rides it comes up with, I'm really looking forward to going on some more ones that it generates. And when at some point over the weekend, I'm going to have to sit down and study the app in a bit more detail, because to be perfectly honest, I didn't do anything at all. I just downloaded it, subscribed, and pressed I want to go on a ride. I didn't tweak any of the settings or anything. And I think there's quite a lot of things you can tweak. And I think it also generates. Well, I don't know. I'm not riding this using the Calimoto app. I'm riding this on using the Beeline app, imported data from the Calimoto app. But I think if you ride using the Calimoto app, it gives you a lot of statistical information about your average speed. There's all the usual stuff that it can generate, how your average speed, your lean angles and all this nonsense. I don't really know why you'd want to know any of that, but I guess people do. So here we go. So on the side of the road, we can. This, that, if I've got a can of Red Bull. Right, so back home again. Yeah, so it took me all the way back to Puckle Church, but in through a different way than I went out. And back home. So perfect. That was a really nice ride. I really enjoyed that. That was great. So so far, big thumbs up to the Calimoto app for generating a really nice ride. And so I'm gonna get this video. I'm gonna have some food and grab myself a beer, and then I'll start editing up this video, and I'll try and chop it down to something around about the 10-15 minute mark. So cheers, Anne. Good ride.